thank you. Thank you, Anuji. Thank you for, really thank you for giving us your time, and thank you always for being every time I come to your home, I'm getting some meal or the other. So the purpose of this is to have youngsters have some role models apart from the traditional role models that they're used to. Because we were lucky when we were growing up, because we had tons of people we got to know. Our parents' friends were very diverse group. They were musicians, they were people who, and every occupation was a good occupation. Today has become either you become IT, make your first billion and stuff like that, become a Elon Musk, and there is unfortunately a trend to run after money, which is a very large and quick success. So therefore we want to showcase to them there are lots of other leaders in the world, and my hope is that they get inspired little bit and something will change their life, as it happened in my case and many other people's lives. So we'll start with the first question, which is very simple, which is, let's say when you were 10 or 11 years old, did you ever imagine that you were going to be doing the kind of work that you did?
No, because I have two older brothers, and they were constantly told that they would have to join the family business.
Okay.
And though I was better in studies than both of them, I was only given the message I have to marry and produce. Nothing more was expected from me. So no, I
you
thought
were not prepared.
if I married and produced, I'd done what they wanted me to do. Fortunately, my husband expected more from me and pushed me to be a career woman.
Oh, that's interesting. So at 10 or 11, besides being told that you have to do this, did you have your own dreams? And if they were, what did you dream of? For instance, I used to dream of being a cop. And being a CID guy and going and chasing the crooks and stuff like that. I would stand on the road and try and be, one policeman like that, because I was fond of catching criminals. What did you dream of, even as a kid?
Marrying a lovely man, having children.
That's it.
And my aunt used to be in the railways, and I saw pictures of her with a beautiful chiffon sari, sitting in the lawn, sipping tea. So that was my kind of thing.
Amazing.
So nothing ambitious, nothing great, just an average life was good enough for me.
When you became a career woman of sorts, as you said, your husband influenced you, at that time what did you start doing?
I'm a social worker by training. So in Bombay I had a job when we were married, but when we moved to Pune, by then I had 2 children and an ailing mother-in-law. Those were good enough reasons for me to justify not working. And I met very affluent women in Pune who had a leisurely social life, played cards, Mahjong. And for a period of about 6-7 years, I enjoyed that life. And the more my husband nagged me, saying I was so much more interesting when I was a career woman, I said, I'm an adult and you can't tell me what to do.
Okay, like that.
So the rebellious in me was hooked. So that's what it was. But when my husband in his 40s had a heart attack and a stroke, and the company was a private limited company, well-wishers say I better take interest. And it was a professionally run company, so the only avenue for me was in the human resource. So I joined there, and under a wonderful boss, Prasad Kumar. He nurtured me, helped me, and we had a lovely team. And 5 years later, when he decided to be a consultant, he suggested to my husband that I'm ready to take over as the head.
Oh,
so
amazing. When you took over the company, was it with any reluctance, or were you happy to do so?
When my husband died, I had no option. On the 2nd or 3rd day, the board decided, you are going to be the executive chairperson. And I begged of them that I'm not prepared for this. I'm not interested in finance, in anything technical. And Thermax is a technical company. My husband was so good. How would I ever manage? And they said, we have faith in you. You just do it.
Amazing.
And I got tremendous support from my family, my daughter, my son-in-law, my executives. And I was very active in CII. So all my friends were very keen that I succeed.
Amazing.
And I'm often asked that as a woman, did I face any handicap? I would say I got a lot of encouragement and a lot of people wanted me to succeed. One thing helped me, I didn't feel bad to say I don't know and explain to me. And my executives had to constantly explain things, especially if we had to go and see a client just before they would tell me
Brief
this
you.
is. So that's how I managed.
Beautiful. So, if you had to look at the people who inspired you in your life, across your life, if you had to name 3 people who really were your people who inspired you, who would you choose
Gandhiji.
as first? Gandhi is on your top.
I was always fascinated by his principles, the way one man army, as in Freedom at Midnight he is called. Without violence, he mobilized the people and got us our freedom. Though he was a staunch Hindu, he was not anti any other religion. He respected everyone. He had his quirks,
Yeah.
and people condemn him for them, but I say he talked about it in his experiments with truth.
While
People
you-
didn't find out, he wasn't hiding. He openly said what he believed in, and I admired him. I admired my husband also a lot. A very intelligent man, but not an iota of arrogance. He came from middle class, and his parents used to live in Karachi. So when he came back from Cambridge and had a good job, he brought them over. He was the only child. And he looked after them really well.
Okay.
And I found it a little difficult to live with my in-laws, especially mother-in-law. The only thing is he never empathized with me for that. Never. But a lovely man, always helpful, very non-violent, in the sense that once I was angry and I threw a little toy of my son who was 4, and he thought that was terrible violence. And later in life, my daughter, I admire her tremendously.
Meher.
Meher, very, very
Amazing.
much. Really admire her, her patience, her intelligence. She's not brilliant like my husband, who can make wonderful, but a wonderful human being, caring, works hard, engineer, knows the finance, and has imbibed the family values.